And we're in. Hello, welcome to EEPROM Toast. Today we're working on the first video in a mini-series called Crack It Open, where we take different pieces of software and try and take it apart and see what's going on under the hood. And today I have an iOS restore image that I would like to take a look at with everyone. So first, what we're going to do, getting right into it, is we want to make this from an IPSW to a tar.gz file. So we want to just remove all this extra crap. Probably don't have to do so, but it just makes it 10 times easier. And then we're going to rename it from .ipsw to .tar.gz. And then we're going to extract it. It'll take a little bit. This file's like 6 gigabytes long. So now let's just go in here. And you can see all these DMG files. We got build manifest.plist. As you can see is and this is the different build information on it. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Kernel cache release. iPhone 15, so this is an iOS 16 image, I believe. 16.3.1. And now, this is the big thing that's always been annoying me, is I haven't been able to figure out. So normally, if you want to see what it's doing in assembly, you will open a terminal, obj dump d, and then the file, but I get an error. Now let's take something like a Windows executable or .app image. So let's just grab like a Linux app image for Etcher or something. So now let's just go right here. We want to download Etcher, and you want Etcher for Linux app image. And then we'll just, and as you can see, when we open the terminal, jump D, then we drag the app image in, and this is all the lines of assembly that it returns. But now let's say, for whatever reason, when I do it with the iOS kernel, and I know I need the ARM64 instruction set, I'm not entirely sure how to utilize that. This is x86. Well, technically AMD 64, but it's the i3-8664 instruction set. So now let's jump right back into here. So this is iOS 16.3.1. We have restore.plist. Nothing too major. Restore version plist. System version plist. Now we get into, of course, we have firmware, and this is the different firmware files. Now let's actually explore those DMG files. Now we actually have, so we got system, driver kit, system, library, DYLD, and then there's an executable here for ARM64. Let's see what happens if I try and do an object dump of that. Just see what I get. Error. Now, if you want to tell me what's going on in the comments or sort of walk me through this, what am I doing wrong, feel free to. Then we got user, lib, and then here's a bunch of executables, Swift, nothing in here. Yeah, so that's that DMG. And we're in. So this is actually the base system for iOS 16. So as you see, we got all our Apple applications. Let's go into App Store, show package contents, and here's all like the different stuff that the App Store uses. Actually looks quite a bit different than macOS packages, because I'll show you these side by side. New Finder window, applications. Let's just go into macOS App Store. So you got contents, code signature, info.plist, macOS, package info, plugins, resources, version.plist. Put that side by side with the iOS version. It's different. I'd say it's not as organized, but really interesting. And then you got all these different apps: camera, battery, barcode scanner, photos, diagnostics, feedback assistant. And this right here is the base system for iOS 16. And we got Siri, so let's show package contents. Yeah, it's the same thing. Little PNG file. Got another PNG file. So yeah, that's Siri. SMS filter, Yahoo Auth, StoreKit UI service, utilities. Okay. And then this is your applications folder within the base system. Then you got bin, cores. I am definitely looking at a Unix system here, without a doubt. A lot of this is empty. Let's go into library. Okay. Interesting. So we got file systems. Nothing too interesting here. Audio, plugins, virtual audio .plugin. So we're going to show package content, info.plist. Interesting. Interesting. Frameworks, nothing there. I didn't dig this deep into it really when I did this on my own. Default wallpapers, iPhone.plist. Okay. So I guess if you modify this file, you can actually change the default wallpaper, which is interesting. Stills, any wallpaper, plist. So I'm guessing these are all the same. Yep. Updates, nah. Ringtones. Okay, so these are all iOS ringtones. So realistically, you could actually I forgot what I was gonna say, damn. You could actually change the default ringtones in iOS. It looks like by replacing these files. And piano riff. Everyone knows this one. Okay. The thing I've noticed about Apple is that them being locked down is really just a facade. I don't like Apple. I don't condone them. I'm using Mac OS on a Dell XPS laptop. I don't like Apple. I will never buy a Mac. But Mac OS does come in handy for this exact use case. So you got all these interesting different things right here. Let's back out of this. What's in private? Pre-boot. Nah, nothing. Etsy. Okay, that's interesting. ASL.config. Let's see. Okay, that's interesting. So we got asl.config. Notify.config. Okay. Interesting. And what kind of file is this? Let's open this in Visual Studio Code. Now we should get, oh, I was expecting to see an error and have to open it up in a hex editor. But let's see. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Let's back out of here. Protocols. Open with. VS Code. Okay, wow, this is cool. I want to visit this URL. Alright, I can't use keybinds on my Hackintosh for some reason. Hope this is still recording. Seems like it. Okay, so this is the URL. Okay. Wonder why this is in there. I'll just save that for later. Okay, this looks interesting. Let's back out. raccoon.conf. Okay. Interesting. So does this mean the admin access port is on 7002? I'm gonna have to ask some real hackers, because I'm not a hacker. I'm a hacker in training. This drinks anonymous.com. Interesting. Master password, okay. What does this look like? Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so there's a lot of interesting stuff in Etsy. Then pre-boot as we establish empty system data. Nah, boring. var. Okay, this is interesting. I'm gonna leave links in the description of where to get this, and I'm also gonna pull apart the DMGs that I can actually open, because I know there's like one or two that just don't mount for whatever reason. And I'm gonna just include the original iOS image that I downloaded, as well as the tarball, and I'm gonna zip the contents of each DMG file that I'm able to access, as well as the kernel. All that's going to be in the description below if you want to take a crack at it for yourself. Nothing too much here. Interesting. So these look like kernel executables. I've seen this before inside Mac OS. I don't know why it's in iOS, but it's probably important. And then system, library. I'm not really going to dig too much into this. But what's in here? Family. Okay. This is interesting. Apex. Huh. AppOS. Nothing too noteworthy here. Developer. Empty. Driver kit. Runtime system. Library. Frameworks. Kernel framework. Ah. I'm not fully making sense of all of this. System framework, versions, current, and nothing there. User, include, device. Of course it wants the launch Xcode. Let's see what it does. Okay, this is interesting. So is this just like the license? Ah, and we got a bit of code here. Kernel server, IO kit 2800. Wait a second. Is this responsible for the handshake with iOS, with Apple servers? Is that what this is? I have no idea. As I said, I still have a lot to learn. But it's definitely interesting, and I sort of just wanted to showcase this. I'm not going to audit every single one of these in this video. I'm not auditing them, all of the files, but I will provide links that if you want to go through and do this yourself, you're more than welcome to. Just, yeah, this is really cool if you ask me. Telemetry notifications. That's gotta be interesting. Huh. Okay, so I decided to move outside because, well, I want to go outside. It's nice out, finally. So we have device, mock, let's back out, okay. And then we got system, library, frameworks, USB driver kit, okay. Interesting. Private frameworks, interesting. User, include. Huh, they're using C++ in iOS? Ah, okay. That's interesting. I guess Apple likes C++. Lib, system, debug, dot. The hell is dylib? More dylib files. Is that a thing in Unix systems, or is that just strictly iOS? Please let me know. Then we just got more core files. And that is the base system for iOS. It is this one right here. It's base system, so we're gonna go eject this. Now, app cryptics. And then we got system, library. We got some interesting stuff here. Trial. Another plist file. Interesting. Usage bundles, Safari usage bundle, show package contents. I think Apple developers don't intend for kids like me to be going through this, so they don't like bother to organize. I think we just saw this one. Not quite, but yeah, more or less. I really don't think that they intended. And then we got, okay, is this all cloud bookmarks? Okay, I'm not going through all of these, I'm bored. Now let's just jump into user real quick, libexec. Okay, so these are all executables. com.apple.safari history. Now we'll eject. Now these are the two DMGs that don't do anything. At least not here. And then we saw this already. So yeah, that's iOS in a nutshell. And I hope you enjoyed, and I would love for some feedback. I'm going to actually send this to Reddit. I'm going to upload it on YouTube, send a link to Reddit. And I want some feedback on this. Please, just let me know. And I really want to do something with this. And I haven't been able to figure out yet. As I said, whenever I open terminal and try to do an object dump to disassemble it, and this is what I get. So if anyone could help me build on it, all the resources will be in the description. If I'm doing something wrong or there's something I don't quite understand that you want to explain, that's what the comment section's for. Anyway, peace.